Alright, hello everyone, it's Mystic Juicer back with some Yomi action. The rest of the house is asleep, so I'm going to try to keep it down while still maintaining as much hype as possible. So we have grand finals of 19XX, Kerfuffle 3, the third installment of the series. And in winner's side we have Flagrant Angles, and in loser's side we have Legion. So Flagrant Angles needs to win 1 first to 4, and Legion needs to win 2 in a row to be crowned champion. And we are starting off with some Quince versus Val. So Flagrant Angles, a very dedicated Quince player, plays Quince a lot amongst a number of other characters. Legion is a more broad generalist, plays a lot of characters at a very high level. Legion notably eliminated me from this tournament, beating me into losers and then eliminating me from the tournament. I believe I ended at 3rd place, so a disappointing loss. So I'm definitely cheering a little bit for Flagrant Angles to avenge me, but we will see how it goes. So Legion opening up very, very aggressive, going throw into ace-ace. He's going to have 5 cards on this next turn. Let's see what he can make happen here. So this is where Quince can actually be very dangerous to Valerie in these opening stages of the game if Valerie commits too many cards. Okay, yep, Flagrant Angles playing it safe, getting in a very conservative way here. Gonna hit him with the 10 and knockdown, put a little bit of a dent in Valerie's very low health totals, and then start his spin game. So, if Legion on this turn is feeling worried, if he doesn't want to take any damage, he should actually attack. Okay, gets tossed for his troubles. Flagrant Angles using delays, keeping Legion on a low hand size here, and just continuing to bully with that Jack reveal. Yeah, so he's just setting up this 50-50 for the next little while. Ooh, okay, spoke a little too soon. He's picking up. That's a very early 2 truths, so definitely wants to get some more cards in hand. Ooh, this is a good opportunity too. Okay, so he's gonna get the 9 and the ace probably, or the 8 and the ace probably. Yeah, I think that's a fairly good pile to be quite honest. Yep, and Legion choosing to give him the least amount of cards possible. Ooh, tosses him again. Legion convinced that he will go for the cross-up attempt, and that is a very important block there. That is 2 7s now in the discard for Legion. Any character needs to be a little bit worried about potentially getting locked out by king spins in this matchup. Valerie a little bit less, because she does have the ability to turn her 9s into winning throws. So ordinarily, they're 9.2 speed, but she can of course spend 10s to make them faster than that and beat both sides of the king spin. But most other characters need to be a little bit careful, and you definitely don't want to spend too many 7s. They are a very nice throw. But I think that is an indicator that he probably doesn't have, those are his only odd blocks in his hand. So he is hedging against possible 5 cross-up. And wow, Flagrant Angles just absolutely committing to this line and finally going in. So he did receive another jack and a 4, so he's going to be able to continue to pressure, with this same mix-up. Legion will eventually let's see if, I mean, this is the interesting part about Yomi, right? You have a continuous 50-50, so Legion is banking on the fact that his opponent will eventually switch it up there, and finally he does, but Legion's like, I can't afford to get thrown again, and Flagrant Angles takes that opportunity to go in here. This might be a time where you actually don't play anything. Okay, yeah, goes for it anyway. I was just going to say, so with this low a hand size, just empty dodging and having 6 cards against Valerie's 3 might actually be better than going for like the upside and downside of comboing into a Joker here. Still, he's got a respectable life lead. He is now even on cards, though. So let's see what he can make happen here, or if Legion can come back. Legion is probably going to be tempted to try to keep him out from throws. There we go. We see some normals coming out. Flagrant Angle saying, sure, you're probably a little too worried to immediately throw me, so I'm going to go ahead and block up. I've been very aggressive with throws, so you're probably going to want to keep me off of you. We have confirmed 2 jacks are gone. The king that he spun was gone, so we have no information about Flagrant Angle's hand except for those 2 aces. Ooh, gets undercut with the 8th throw. So this is an opportunity for Legion to go in. Okay, does not have the damage to support it. We've got a cross-up opportunity here. So how does Flagrant Angles play it safe here? Well, if he's worried about a 10-backed 2 or 3, which would actually, the 3 would only be brought to 1.4 speed, which his double ace actually undercuts. So he might be tempted to wake up double ace here. Ooh, gets crossed up with the 3. This could lead to some good damage for Legion. The block could indicate that he's got an ace and is willing to spend it here. See if Legion takes the bait or if he allows this damage to pass. Ooh, good bluff. Very nicely done there. Saves himself potentially a lot of damage. The Legion did not go for any follow-ups on that. Sometimes you'll see the Valerie player just play 3 other normals. That will get you, 2 aces back, and then you've got essentially the same amount of damage in your hand as you had committed to the combo. Choosing not to go in could indicate that he doesn't have a tremendous amount of high-value normal attacks, or he could just not have any normal attacks at all, actually. It could be a very difficult spot for Legion. And here we see the king spin. So, 2 7s and an 8 in the discard. What are we going to see? I'm always interested to see what people do with this flagstone tax. There's basically 2 plays that you can make when you are flagstone taxing on a king spin. One is this, the very typical flagrant, or not flagrant angles style, but like taxing throws, because it's the only thing that can beat your king. On the other hand, when you have knockdown, you might just want to tax attacks. It's not going to protect you or give you any value if your opponent is going for a throw, but if your opponent is going to be attacking as kind of a hedge against your king, you can get a lot of damage in. And whoa, that is a tremendous amount of pain and hurt that Legion just put out there, bringing Flagrant Angles to 23 hit points. However, he does leave himself at 4 cards in hand, so this could be very, very dicey. Let's see how things play out. It's possible that Flagrant Angles either doesn't have the Joker, we didn't see a face down there, doesn't have the Joker, or in fact it does have it and just didn't want to spend the card there. He still potentially has Wake Up Ace Ace as a means of closing things out. Legion has spent a single queen and has 2 other aces floating around, so he can beat it with either of those options or a sped up attack of some kind. Okay, goes for the dodge. What does he have behind this? Dodging the single ace? Yes, indeed. Okay, bringing Flagrant Angles down to 13 hit points. Things are very tense right now. Flagrant Angles needs a very particular kind of combat win to be able to close this out. I think only triple ace will do it. So Legion is probably going to be heavily incentivized to either attack with something very fast or dodge. He can go for a gutsy throw, because again, he has not spent a single 10 yet. Any 10s in hand are going to be very, very difficult. I think that's going to be the key decision factor for Flagrant Angles. Might be measuring the amount of dodges already spent. Ooh! It's tossed with the 9. Okay, no combat reveal. Or yeah, no ability reveal, of course. Another bluff. Expertly done there. Very good use of the bluff there to set up a... Well, I obviously have the Joker by now. We're halfway through the deck. What's going to happen here? Queen here is very strong for Legion. I would worry a bit about that. He can also go for a cross-up into... if he has any 7s left, although that is the least likely thing, because he spent 3 of them now. He could attack with a 6 and then use the 7 to bring the 7 ability to bring it up to 7 damage and leave him without the ability to Joker. Ooh, clutch block from Flagrant Angles there. No kings played. We have seen 2 already, 1 of each color. That is fairly important. So the king cross-up is still very alive, but it's still a 50-50. Flagrant Angles staying alive by the skin of his teeth. At this point, I think we can confidently say he does not have a Joker. How is Legion going to play it? He didn't attack with a queen. That doesn't mean he doesn't have it. Ooh, there we go. Went for the haymaker. Does Legion have lethal, and did Flagrant Angles just draw the Joker? No, he did not. So nicely done. Narrowly won there by Legion. With a very aggressive opening and some nice comebacks in the mid-game after getting tossed a number of times by the stubborn Flagrant Angles. So Legion goes 1-up. He is 1 game closer to resetting the bracket. Alright, Flagrant Angles remaining in this matchup. Happy to play Prince versus Valerie. And I don't think that's incorrect. I feel like, given the way the last game went, I think you can feel confident about remaining in this matchup if you're Flagrant Angles. Another strong opener from Legion, this time not pumping it with, or not playing an additional card in the opener there. I like the way that Flagrant Angles is opening here, actually. He is paying for his early blocks with a pretty good amount of damage, but I'm not too mad at that. Okay, goes for the low likelihood attack there, just trying to hedge out any throws from Legion, putting them both back up to 8 cards, taking the risk, trying to check any kind of throw attempts from Valerie. Still only 10 health down. That is definitely single combat win. Single ace, single jack, single queen away from even. So the key thing is going to be to, there we go, gets him with the 7. A little bit of an expensive throw, but does not want to risk, or at least, you know, if he gets counter thrown with a 9 or an 8, then at least Valerie has to spend a 10. That puts her lower on cards with the throw combat win anyway. Okay, spins the jack, says do not block this. Let's see how Legion responds. Okay, plays it clean, says okay, I'm just going to play the safe thing, I'm going to play a poke. If you went for a throw or some sort of cross-up attempt, I'm going to duff you, and I'm not going to give you any additional cards on this one. Ooh, that's a nice tell there for Legion that he gets for 3. So no throws in Flagrant Angles' hand. Oh, I'm actually surprised he didn't just duff him with the queen. Okay, I suspect this is probably a block setup. I would be very surprised if not. So the reason he didn't duff him with the queen is because he's implying, at least, that he doesn't have any other face cards in hand. Okay, nice. I like the throw attempt because, again, you would have thought in that position that Flagrant Angles would go for the throw off of the successful dodge if he had it, and so he was hoping to get some free damage that way. A bit of a valuation trap there. Legion does not fall for it. Goes for the attack, says, okay, if you don't have any throws, and you just revealed a queen, I'm going to play it safe and just go ahead and duff you. The other way to play it safe against queen, though, is just to block, because the worst thing that happens is he throws you for 17, and he has to spend what, queen, 2 cards, you get 1 card back, 2 cards to do it. Okay, so maybe it's not super safe, but walking into a dodge is also a lot of trouble. Ooh, Legion just getting aggressive here, rushing down Quince. Okay, just gets the knockdown, no face down played. This is very likely a cross-up setup. I think if you have a Joker here as Quince, you are in a 50-50 position, either blocking with Joker backup, or you just go bursting here. I think either of those is very good. I think it's very unlikely that Valerie is going for a dodge play here. Oh, again with the cross-up 3. See how Flagrant Angles responds. We see immediate face down. See how Legion goes for this. Okay, he's like, okay, last time you bluffed first. See what happens here. Okay, and there's that conservative string that we saw that I was talking about earlier. Just playing 3 additional normals. He's going to get 2 aces back. So he's not too bothered. If that is a real Joker, he's still going to get his damage back in hand as a result. Although we can tell that he does not, there's actually a lot of 3s, 4s, and 2s played. So no 5s in hand, likely no 6s in hand either, because you would spend those before you would spend a 4 and a 3. Valerie can run into issues where she is low on dodges in the late game. Not that she tremendously needs dodges against Quince, because he does not have a true reversal. She can outspeed him at any stage with her normals and single ace, and then she's got queen if she's ever really in doubt. Ooh, the big duff though! Hitting him with that 6, sending a message. What has he got behind this? So he's got a queen. You know, 6-7 into queen for big damage. Oh my god. Tremendous amount of pain there. 30 off of that 6 attack. A beautiful duff. He is very low on cards though. Okay, does have the jack to be able to pressure and protect himself. But this is going to be dicey. He does not have a 2 in hand, or at least he chooses not to play it on this particular turn. His goal is just to not die this turn. So if I'm Legion, I'm probably going to play it safe. I'm probably just going to take the throw if he has it. Maybe I go for a dodge here if I can afford to spend it. Ooh, goes for the 2. Does not want to take that damage, and Flagrant Angles is in a lot of trouble here. The throw could indicate that he does in fact have Joker as a backup here, and he's willing to take the risk. Okay, Legion choosing to spend a 7, pumping all of his normals by 1. Ooh, no face down at all, so no Joker in hand for Flagrant Angles here. Not a tremendous amount of power behind this. A long string of normals. So 4 normals into ace-ace was the nightmare. That probably would have killed. Yes, it definitely would have. 11 damage is pretty easy to do. So let's see how this works out. We still have a lot of queens and a lot of aces left in the deck, and he has a pretty good proportion of that deck in his hand. No jokers yet spent. So the worry from Flagrant Angles is you're just going to play fast attacks. Yeah, I'm just going to play fast attacks with Joker backup, and I'm never going to be able to get any damage or any spin. And closes out game 2. Flagrant Angles just unable to draw into his deck far enough to get that Joker before he was rushed down. Legion is going to stick with Valerie. See how Flagrant Angles responds. He does play other characters. Question is, in this format, who do you pick against Valerie? There are a number of strong characters you can pick against her. I think either of the remaining legal grapplers, so Rook or Midori, is perfectly fine against Valerie. No, chooses to stick with Quince. Sticking by his guns. Let's see if it pays off. I mean, he does have a full 1st to 4 set to gather information, so if he wants, he can continue to play this matchup. I like the steadfast blocking. from Flagrant Angles in the first turn, inviting Legion to add more throws into his first turn play. And he can eventually or take advantage of that. Capitulate? No. Capitalize? Capitalize. That's the one I was looking for. Alright, there we go. Block blocks. This is the standard play or opener against Valerie. Valerie does not have the cards she needs to go in. You can probably surmise that he does not have 2 aces in his opening hand this time. Let's see how this third reveal takes shape. Ooh, they both had the same great idea. Okay, so either way, if Flagrant Angles was choosing to block or throw on that turn, he was going to lose to the superior 9 throw from Legion. Dear Penthouse, I never thought it would happen to me. But still, knockdown here, very strong likelihood that Legion is going to go for a cross-up or a block here. Okay, we see the 10, but at least we see the 10 come out. That's a perfectly fine way to get that out of your opponent's hand. Immediate face down. I think as Legion you probably allow this. Or at least I would. I would not go in here. Okay, spends a couple of low normals. Again, just hedging his bets, just getting those 2 aces. I think that's alright. I guess you haven't spent any of your big normals, so you still have some damage left in your hand. You pick up the 2 aces. Yeah, I guess it's not incorrect. I guess on these next combat wins, Flagrant Angles is going to be more likely to actually want to play the ace. Ooh, went for the red king. Possibly a response to the fact that Flagrant Angles played a 5 block, yeah, the red 5 block, and then plays the immediate other 5 block. So nicely done on his part. So now we're in a situation where, in addition to high-low mix-ups, so even-odd mix-ups on knockdown, Flagrant Angles needs to be worried a little bit more about blocking black. Because the next time that a red king comes out, it is going to be the last time that that move is successful. And Flagrant Angles once again undercut by the 7th throw. I think maybe Flagrant Angles is expecting Legion to play a slower game, even when he has aces in hand. So using aces to be able to get some more blocks in, to go block a little bit longer. And interestingly, no face down on that next turn. That would have been a good opportunity to possibly prevent Legion from following up. Or it might have been a good time to try to prevent some damage, because you had guaranteed 16 damage there. Oh! Flagrant Angles chasing a little bit, chasing the last combat, and getting punished for it. Legion undercutting him with Valerie's very good normals. And going to be refilling that hand. Oh, I don't like that Joker. That was an unfortunate time to Joker. Yeah, but yeah, definitely an indicator that he has just found it. He's like, okay, I'm just going to mash this. Because now he's actually at an effective health total of 21. Because 16 of those hit points are earmarked by Legion's double ace. This can be very difficult. Legion working on a perfect right now. Playing very, very strong Yomi. Okay, here we go. Flagrant Angles finally duffing a throw. Cashing out for some big damage. Do we have the jack as well? Yes, we do. 27 off of that 5. Again, that's 27 off of a very risky combat reveal, and that is just typically, I think, the reason that, amongst other particularities about this matchup, one of the reasons that Quince has such a hard time against Valerie is she can make all of her combat reveals very, very conservative and very safe. All of her throws have the 10 backing and are going to be very fast. All of her attacks have that 10 backing and be very fast as well, and she's got those 2s and 3s. It'd just be a nightmare. Ooh. Goes for the risky queen, or goes for the king reveal and gets hit with the queen, choosing to allow a possible honest king play. Legion has played absolutely safe into every reveal with flagstone tax backing except the first one. Ooh, I'm now just getting tossed. 16 damage behind this. You have to face down. There it is. Just playing the two aces, very conservative. Oh, has to play the king. Try to bluff. What does that mean for his hand? I actually don't know. I don't know why you would play the king other than anything else. I suppose you need queens and aces to get back in the game, so you probably hang on to those. Maybe hang on to the sevens because your opponent is fairly low on throws. He's actually not. I mean, he hasn't even spent many sevens. There we go. Okay, now's an opportunity for Flagrant Angles to really do some damage and get back into this game. He doesn't have a tremendous amount of cards here. Okay, yeah, taxing attacks is a good idea. This is going to make it so a very high likelihood of dodge right now because that's going to allow him to defeat attacks in a very card efficient way. The dodge throw or dodge 6. Okay, there we go. Now the dodge 7. Doesn't get any cards on this one. But I like everything about that play. The only thing I might have changed is if I had a 6, I probably would have played the 6 there. Big damage, putting Legion at 19 hit points to his 7, but he only has 2 cards in hand. Okay, very important 2 cards though. So, last time this happened, we saw Legion just attack into it. We see the same thing again. Oh! Flagrant Angles just not reading the room. Getting hit with that queen. Legion saying, hey, you know what? You probably don't have enough damage off of dodge to finish me off, and you probably don't have a tremendous amount of options left even if you do hit me. And maybe I have a joker anyway. So, Legion going up 3-0 in a brutal display right now. Playing some very, very good Yomi against Flagrant Angles. So again, if Legion wins this, the bracket will be reset. We will go to a new we'll go to the actual grand finals, elimination grand finals. Whoever wins that will win the whole tournament. Alright, what does this Persephone switch mean for us? Well, I don't know. I'm not too sure about this play from Flagrant Angles. He is still playing very worried about attacks in this early game. Legion is just using that opportunity to block up. He has 10 cards. Flagrant Angles is 8. But I can see some reasoning here for a Persephone switch. Persephone can be very tilting. We may have an opportunity to do that. She does, however, only have 75 hit points, and Legion has not been afraid to go in. Okay, no counter on that, so it doesn't even get free damage. Okay, immediate face down. Wow, that is a lot of damage in the opening hand. Do we have a joker? We do. Okay, this is already going better than a lot of these games have. See if Flagrant Angles can make something happen. Takes is down 10 hit points against Valerie's 80. That is absolutely fine. We prevented a whole whackload of damage. We got a whole bunch of aces out of Legion's hand. That is all to the good. Alright, we're still going to get 7 thrown though. Legion definitely catching on to the fact that Flagrant Angles wants to play a block throw range against him, and Valerie is very good at punishing that range. Okay, goes in with a tremendous amount of damage. Mistress's Command could absolutely demolish this game, though. Yeah, powers up 7s, importantly, 7s to do that. Low likelihood of fast throws. Does Legion block up behind this, or does he go in? Okay, blocks up. Like, okay, I'm just gonna, if you throw me, you threw me, congratulations. I'm gonna take like 6 damage, you're gonna knock me down, you're gonna get some more cards, then I'll have to make a decision. Flagrant Angles is playing very reads heavy right now. Going for that opening duff. That's a read on the fact that Legion has been opening up throws very early in the last couple games. So not a bad read, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying definitely trying to win combat rather than play a more long-term strategic line. And I mean, if you're down, you are down 3 games. Oh god, that is a lot of damage. 18 hit points remain. 2 cards, well now 5 cards left in Legion's hand, and 2 of them are aces. Joker already spent by Flagrant Angles. So Legion can basically play dodge throw for the rest of this set, or the rest of this game at least. He's going to be in a very good shape to win it. Flagrant Angles just now he has to win combat. He can only win if he wins combat. Okay, goes for the Hail Mary play. Legion not having any of it. It's the block. Gets a few more options in his hand. Down to the wire here. Nice, okay. Like, okay, if you dodge, congratulations, you dodged. I am not going to lose to a throw or an attack this turn. Now, Legion can also play any queen he draws. That is going to be 8 guaranteed damage if Flagrant Angles played anything other than a block or a dodge. Nice on your knees. That was unexpected. Puts Legion to the ground, is going to be able to get 1 card back. Probably the Ace of Hearts. Yes, indeed. Ooh, powers up the other 2 7s. Who had all 4 7s in hand. You get the other ace. Interesting. Okay, good. I like the Barrier Soul. Lots of low normals. Can't really give us much information there. We would have loved to see a Joker. Would have loved to see any throws. Ooh, there we go. Now we found some blood. So we're going to get rid of the Joker. Yes, we're going to get rid of the 7 and the 8. Yes. So trying to keep him out of all throws. Already seen, or nearly half of them, actually, basically half of the good throws, the usable throws in this matchup, now in the discard. Question of whether Legion has any left. So he's very likely to play attack throw here. Oh, gets lit up with the queen. Like, oh, you probably, I mean, I'm worried that you're just going to play ace-ace again. Flagrant Angles, again, playing that read, going, okay, you probably have another throw, and if you have it, you're going to play it here. It's very unlikely that I would expect you to have it. Okay, tosses out. Yeah, all of those dodges. Dodges are now very scary. But, yeah, what kind of a read do we have on our opponent's hand? Pumping with the 9 probably tells me he still has a throw. If he didn't pump with any throws, we can maybe make an expectation that he has one. He either has one or he has none. Ooh, and that's going to do it. Clean sweep for Legion, taking the first 4 in this first to 4. Resetting the bracket. So very nicely done by Legion. That is a rough loss to take. Rough loss to take for Flagrant Angles. And we will likely see the next set of this next week. So I will bring that set to you as soon as I can. Very much looking forward to some more Yomi. Let's see if Flagrant Angles can turn things around and make this a competitive Grand Finals. Definitely a brutal first leg of it. Legion really, really doing some work in this match, going low hand and risky very quickly and turning it around and making that work for him. So beautifully played, and we will postpone to the next time. So until next time, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this brutal Yomi demonstration that Legion put on. And until next time, enjoy yourselves, Sin Yomi. Peace.